Hello and welcome back to episode 11 of SCP Secret Files. I am a toaster and you're watching yet another Let's Toast channel. So I guess we're done with this guy for now. Object Class Euclid, Special Containment Procedures. I have to be locked in a room without any windows so that nobody can see me. The room to my door must be labeled without my ID number and personal details to prevent the spread of my symptoms. Only staff at level 3 and above are aware of my existence and particularly of my properties. Hello, I am SCP-426. I must be introduced this way in order to prevent ambiguity. I am an ordinary toaster, able to toast bread when supplied with electricity. However, when any human being mentions me, they inadvertently refer to me in the first person. Despite all attempts, there is yet to be a way to speak or write about me in the third person. I can't make this go faster. Ostensibly, I'm viewing this on a computer screen, so I'm not sure why it's making a tippy-tappy noise. After conducting several tests with Level D prisoners, the Foundation has determined that SCP-426 causes severe mental harm to humans. It has henceforth been defined an infohazard. Thank you for reading the SCP-426 Safety Manual. Secure, Contain, Protect. Now, is that sufficient to have infected me with the mind virus? And why did the director send me down here to review this? I'm being tested.
Carl, next comes the final choice. There are 2 doors in front of you, one red, one blue. If you want to give up and leave, go through the red door. The past few months will have been like a dream. You will remember nothing after waking, and this road will end here. You go through the blue door, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Leave, or stay. The choice is your own.
Well, it's an interesting little inversion of the Matrix proposition. I mean, if I leave, they're going to kill me, so... Ooh. Hello, stutter. Yeah, blue door. Why not? Blue door, please. Maybe this is how I die, though. Oh, good. Another computer.
Good job, Carl. I'm glad you made it through. Have you ever felt like there were memories in your head of things you never experienced? Whispers of people you never met? These were not hallucinations. They're your actual memories. Carl, you are not a rookie at all. You are a member of Mega 5. You always have been. My name is Marion Wheeler, Captain of Mega 5. Welcome back, Gardener Carl. Now, we need to talk about 55.
Is that the end? What is Mega 5 and what is 55? Mega 5 is not the same as O5, because M and O aren't the same letter, and O doesn't even appear in Mega. Is this a prequel to another game? Is there a whole bunch of SCP-related lore that I'm not aware of that's relevant to this? Because I'm sure there's a whole bunch that isn't relevant that I'm not aware of. How am I supposed to make an episode out of this? I guess I'm just going to cut it short, right? That's what I usually do. I mean, I haven't uploaded episode 10 yet. So I could just cut them together, but then I would have to cut out that cute little I'm a toaster bit that I did with the intro on this one. And I don't want to do that. That would ruin it for... Well, it would ruin it for me, because nobody's watching these. That's not true. A few of them have got a few views, but they're definitely not getting the same attention that Outer Wilds did. Channel isn't big enough to really draw any conclusions from those sorts of observations. They just are what they are. So, I like this a lot. I was definitely pretty snarky with a lot of it, I think. Well, snarky for me, anyway. I know I tend to be understated. That looks familiar. I've seen all of these on the way down. But it was a notable deviation from some of the other, like, the containment breach style ones, where it was just like run away from a bunch of monsters that will kill you if they touch you. Our very first title. Yeah, well, maybe we can hope there's some more. And this was definitely not that, and I like that, because I'm just not a big fan of the run away from the monster that kills you if it touches you genre. I mean, it's not for everybody. I'm everybody in this case. It doesn't mean you can't like it. It just means I don't. All right, it's fine. And really, lots of good stuff going on for the first release from an indie studio. So I have high hopes for these guys. That said, there were a few moments that I didn't care for. You know, like the story about the paper dragons was cool, and it really helped out with that not being another run from monsters that kill you if they touch you game. But I feel like maybe the developers were reaching a little too hard to try and gamify it with the the rhythm games and such. But all in all, very cool. I hope GameZoo is pursuing something else, and if I remember, I will probably check it out in the future. Maybe I will leave some comments later. I will say that, making this sort of an anthology of SCP stories does sort of call out to the weakness of the lore, as it were. I can't imagine that somebody would be watching this and not already have a pretty strong idea of what this is. But the SCP Foundation got its start, or is organized into, I don't know, a set of forums and a wiki where people write entries about SCPs, and they describe the thing to be secured, contained, and protected from. And they talk about the containment procedures, and maybe they'll talk about incidents related to the thing in question. And they're a good time if you're into like creepypasta kind of stuff. Within a very particular formula. But the problem with a crowdsourced lore like that is that it does tend to be somewhat lacking in terms of internal consistency. And to my mind, that comes out most here in terms of the motivations and the activities and the procedures of the Foundation itself. Because it just, overall, it don't make no sense. And, doing these stories back to back as they were, in my opinion, sort of calls that out. But that's not really even a criticism of the developers. If anything, that speaks, I think, to their frankness in adapting these things to the format rather than trying to make excuses for it. So like I said, this was pretty good, and I'm looking forward to more entries from GameZoo. And with that, I've run out of things to say. So that's going to be it for SCP Secret Files. Come back and see me again tomorrow. No, I'm not doing it. I was gonna continue the toast bit, but tomorrow we're gonna play Deliver Us Mars, the totally unexpected by me sequel to the very first game that I ever did on the channel. And I believe that as I was playing the game, I correctly predicted that the next visit would be to Mars. So yeah, that'll be fun. And this is right around the time of my 2nd anniversary also. I haven't bothered to figure out what the exact day was. It might have already passed. Don't really care. But it ought to be fun. For me. Can't speak for you. And you usually don't speak for you. So, talk to you soon.